Tonight, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl on the Reedsters Lounge. Stick around. Well, how about it? This is episode 8 of the Reedsters Lounge. I'm the Reedster. This is the Blondie.
Hello.
And what we got lined up tonight? Whoa! Pirates of the Caribbean, the first installment of their franchise, and this is The Curse of the Black Pearl. So let's have at it. What do you got?
Well, I must say that from the beginning, hilarious, I think, all the way through.
Yeah, overall, I think it was a well-rounded movie. Disney knew what they were doing, obviously, when they made this one. But for me, a memorable moment that picks up for me on this one is when Captain Jack Sparrow is on the top of his mast as he's pulling into port, you know. And it has a close-up of him on the mast, and you got the music going, so you know this is going to be our story's hero. And I'm thinking, wow, what a grand ship this person must have, because he seems awfully sure of himself and whatnot. And oddly enough, you know, as he pulls actually into port, he jumps down because he notices something, and then it does its wide shot, and he's a captain of a dinghy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was pretty funny and sets the tone for the rest of the franchise. I won't even say movie. I'm just saying for the rest of the way through for this guy. But I didn't know that at the time. And so then he pulls into port, and his ship is sinking, and it lasts just long enough for him to step on the dock there. So that was great times.
Yeah. I thought it was funny whenever he'd walk, but he would stagger like he's always drunk, but it's actually from being on the ocean. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, he suffers from some sort of heat problem or something when he was left on that island.
Yeah. Well, so whenever I first seen it, I thought he was constantly drunk.
Yeah, he was on something, but apparently, you know, he wasn't. That's just who he is, or how he is, rather.
Yeah.
But something that I took away from this that I really enjoyed right from the start was how authentic everything seemed to be. It could really take you there because everything seemed to be true to life. Nothing seemed to be CG or done haphazardly. It all looked authentic, other than the people not quite behaved properly. Wow, you had yourself a full-blown, real, ongoing pirate movie.
Yeah, I really liked how they dressed him with the dreads and, you know, the whole handkerchief on his head and, you know, the whole makeup. It was all done perfect.
I agree, but even the sets that they were on seemed authentic and lived in, aged.
Yeah.
Nothing seemed...
They did a really good job at all the background and all that.
Yeah. It's like you didn't see no cell phones or Bluetooth devices, and you didn't go so far back that, I mean, they were right on par with what they were doing. It was great.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Okay, so then my next memorable moment, if I had to choose, would be when, you know, Sparrow's doing what he does when he first arrives at the pier there, and he's looking for a ship, unbeknownst to anybody. Well, anyway, my first memorable moment is whenever he grabs a hold of Elizabeth. And even though his hijinks and everything seemed to be funny, I really didn't know. After all, he is a pirate. I didn't know if he was a good guy or a bad guy. And then he grabs a hold of Elizabeth when he's about to be captured. And when he gets released from his hand shackles, he does pass her back to the authority there, and then he takes off. At that point, I knew not only is Jack going to be funny he's going to be an overall good guy. He's going to be our anti-hero.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know what an anti-hero was at that point, but more and more movies and TV shows and whatnot come out. Anti-heroes seem to be the thing, but Jack Sparrow for me was the first.
I have to agree with that. But yeah, I liked whenever we told her it was an eye for an eye. You know, she saved his life. Well, he saved her life. Now she's gonna save his.
I completely agree. Um, the one-liners in this one, we could be here for well over half an hour because I think they were all well written, well placed, and well delivered by the actor. So
I agree.
and actresses, don't get me wrong, everybody was on point for this one.
I agree.
I believe that this one, the first one, was so well done. It's still paving the way for this franchise to this day.
Right. But my funny moment at the beginning was when Jack and Will were doing that sword battle, and they were, stepping on the beams, doing that like trick stuff. I thought that was awesome. That was
I agree.
That was really good.
It had me sucked in, the way they were going at it like that. And even then, forming characters, the way Sparrow was fighting young Will Turner, you could tell he wasn't trying to actually permanently hurt this guy, which just added more to what this Jack Sparrow is all about. And even though he's walking a fine line there of objectability, he is a good guy.
Yeah. That poor donkey, though.
Yeah.
And it was really funny whenever Will grabs that poker to, do the sword fight, and the donkey, they just, go to the donkey, and the donkey's like getting all scared.
And then starts going around that thing again. It's like, I don't want any more of that.
Yeah.
I agree. It was a good one.
And then I loved it whenever Will threw the sword and stuck it in the door where, Jack couldn't open the door, and he's trying. That was really funny.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. If you liked what you've seen, click this box right here. It'll take you to the full show. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And if you wouldn't mind helping out the channel, click this little circle over here and subscribe. We would appreciate it. And I, personally, hopes to see you over there real soon. Take care.